I think he's the best of all time.
It's very difficult to play against Novak.
For years, they pretended he didn't exist. Federer got the magazine covers, Nadal got the standing ovations, and Novak, he got the silence. However, the Australian Open settled this debate forever. Novak Djokovic, 38 years old, written off by every expert on the planet, just did the unthinkable. He walked into Rod Laver Arena, stared down the two-time defending champion, the guy who hadn't lost a hard court match in over a year, and he broke him.
It's very difficult to play against Novak.
And now, the same tennis world that spent years disrespecting this man is finally saying what we've known all along. Novak Djokovic is the greatest of all time, and it's not even close. Here's the thing nobody wants to admit. For 15 years, Djokovic has been fighting two battles. One on the court, one against the narrative. Federer got the elegance. Nadal got the warrior spirit. Novak? He got the asterisks, the excuses, the yeah but treatment. Well, there's no yeah but left. Not after what we just witnessed. Let me set the scene. January 31st, 2026, Australian Open semi-final, Djokovic versus Sinner. On paper, this shouldn't even be competitive. Sinner is 24, in his absolute prime, riding a 5-match winning streak against Djokovic. 5 straight losses. The last time Novak beat this guy in a completed match feels like ancient history. And the odds? Vegas had Djokovic as the underdog in Melbourne. At the tournament, he's won 10 times. Let that sink in. But here's where the story gets ridiculous. 2 days earlier, Djokovic got a walkover when Jakub Mensik withdrew. Before that, Lorenzo Musetti was up 2-0 and had to retire injured. The critics were sharpening their knives. He's getting lucky. He hasn't been tested. Wait until he plays a real opponent. Well, he played a real opponent, the realest opponent, and he dismantled him. First set goes to Sinner, 6-3. Classic Jannik, suffocating baseline game, making Djokovic work for every single point, and you could feel it in the arena. The whispers. This is it. The old man's finally done. But Novak Djokovic has been hearing that noise for 5 years, and he's still here. Second set, Djokovic finds another gear, 6-3 to Novak. Third set, Sinner punches back 6-4. We're going deep, and this is where 38-year-old legs are supposed to fail. This is where Father Time is supposed to collect his debt. But somebody forgot to tell Novak. Fourth set, fifth set, 4 hours and 9 minutes of absolute war. And here's the stat that should silence every doubter forever. Djokovic faced 18 breakpoints in this match. He saved 16 of them. 16, including all 8 in the final set. That's not tennis. That's a man refusing to let history pass him by. Final score, 3-6, 6-3, 4-6, 6-4, 6-4. Djokovic wins. Sinner's 19-match hard-court winning streak? Gone. His Australian Open throne? Taken. And suddenly, everyone who spent years hedging their GOAT takes is scrambling to get on the right side of history. And here's where it gets spicy. Because the players themselves are finally talking. Let's start with what Djokovic said in his post-match interview. Because this wasn't just a victory speech. This was years of receipts being cashed. I never stopped believing in myself. There's a lot of people that doubt me. A lot of experts wanted to retire me or have retired me many times the last couple of years. I want to thank them all because they gave me strength. They gave me motivation to prove them wrong, which I have tonight. For me, it's not a surprise, to be honest. Read that again. A lot of experts wanted to retire me. He's not making this up. Go back and watch the pre-tournament coverage. How many analysts picked Djokovic to even make the semifinals? How many said his time was done after losing 5 straight to Sinner? And now he's supposed to just smile and be humble? Nah, he earned every single word of that. But it's not just Novak talking. The locker room is finally speaking up. Andy Roddick, former world's #1, had been questioning whether Djokovic could still compete at this level. Before the tournament, he literally asked on his podcast whether Novak's body could handle the grind anymore. After the Sinner match, different tune entirely. That's the thing about doubting Djokovic. Eventually, you have to eat your words. Greg Rusedski came out swinging in Novak's defense even before this match. On his podcast, he went off on anyone criticizing Djokovic's 2025 season. He won his 100th ATP title. He made 4 semifinals of majors. He finished number 4 in the world. At 38 years of age, to do that is just quite incredible. Most players don't even make one semifinal in their careers. He's definitely well above mediocrity. Above mediocrity, the guy with 24 Grand Slams, 100 titles, and the most weeks at number 1 in history is above mediocrity. That's how low the bar had been set for him. That's how much the narrative had shifted, and Djokovic just flipped the entire script. But here's the moment that really matters, the Chaser press conference. Because this is where Novak drew the line. Just days before the Sinner match, a reporter had the audacity to suggest that Djokovic was chasing Sinner and Alcaraz. Chasing. A 24-time Grand Slam champion. The guy who dominated tennis for 15 years between the Big Three era and the Sinner-Alcaraz rivalry. Chasing. Novak wasn't having it. He called the question disrespectful. And then he dropped this. I don't feel like I'm chasing. I'm creating my own history. Creating his own history. That's the mindset. That's why he's still here at 38 while his rivals have retired. Federer's gone, Nadal's gone, Murray's coaching now. And Novak? He's in Grand Slam finals, beating players who weren't born when he turned pro. And let's talk about what this win actually means. Because the numbers are absolutely insane. This is Djokovic's 38th Grand Slam final. 38. Nobody else in men's tennis history has more than 31. He's lapping the field. He's now 1 win away from his 25th major title, which would break Margaret Court's all-time record. Not men's record, all-time record, every gender, every era, every surface. Novak Djokovic at the top. He's also going for his 11th Australian Open title. 11 titles at a single slam. Rafael Nadal has 14 French Opens, and everyone calls that the greatest achievement in tennis history. Djokovic is about to have 11 Australian Opens, 7 Wimbledons, 4 US Opens, and 3 French Opens. That's dominance across every surface, every condition, every era. But you know what might be the most impressive stat? He just beat the #1 player in the world at 38 years old in a 5-set match that ended after 1:30 in the morning. His body was supposed to break down years ago. Instead, he's saving breakpoints like he's 25 and moving like the sport owes him money. Now here's the part that should make every Djokovic fan furious. Because even after this historic win, the disrespect hasn't fully stopped. Some outlets are already pivoting. Well, let's see if he can beat Alcaraz in the final. Always moving the goalposts, always another test. Federer never had to prove himself this many times. Nadal was crowned the clay GOAT after his 5th French Open. Djokovic has 24 slams, and people are still asking for more evidence. You want to know the difference between Djokovic and everyone else? He keeps answering. Every single time they doubt him, he shows up with another trophy, another record, another moment that should end the debate forever. And when it doesn't, he just goes and does it again. The GOAT debate isn't a debate anymore. It's a denial. Federer retired with 20 slams. Nadal retired with 22. Djokovic has 24 and counting. Most weeks at #1, most Masters 1000 titles, most year-end #1 finishes, most Grand Slam finals, most everything. The only argument left is, but I liked watching Federer more. Cool. That's not the same as being better. And here's the real kicker. Djokovic is doing this without the crowd support that Federer and Nadal always enjoyed. He's doing this with reporters asking disrespectful questions. He's doing this after being deported from Australia, mocked by broadcasters, and doubted by his own peers. He turned all of that into fuel. And now he's 1 match away from history. So where does this leave us? Sunday night, Australian Open final. Djokovic versus Alcaraz. The old king against the young prince. 38 versus 22, legacy versus potential. Alcaraz is chasing his first Australian Open title and the career Grand Slam. Djokovic is chasing his 25th major and sole possession of the greatest record in tennis history. The stakes couldn't be higher. And you know what? After everything we just saw against Sinner, I'm done betting against Novak Djokovic. The man has spent his entire career proving people wrong. Why would he stop now? What do you think? Is this finally the moment the tennis world fully accepts? Djokovic as the GOAT? Or will they find another excuse? Drop your take in the comments, hit hit subscribe, because Sunday night might be the biggest match in tennis history, and we're going to break down every single moment. The GOAT isn't done yet.